with Arcturian philosophy and lots of discussion about the Kryon. And no philosopher is complete without their really cool fountain pen. Also, it's very useful if you write things like quote spells or whatever, but any old pen will do. It just is kind of cool if you have a fountain pen, because no philosopher is like complete without their fountain pen, right? That was how I actually got myself my spot in the philosophy class. That the professor almost didn't want me, and then he realized I was the smartest one in the class. And I thought, how do I impress this guy? And I brought out my fountain pen and took all my notes in a fountain pen. And he said, "Just with getting you in this class, just you see me after class." And then I just, to protect this guy, I won't say anything about what happened with the grading or how, because I was being attacked and such. But he knew, oh, she was the smartest one in the class, so she deserved the best grades, right? Despite what might have been happening to me, let's just say that. So, right now, so Indigos and the Crystal Rainbow kids, we're in a position right now to be able to use a lot the Indigos. This is a job a lot for the Indigos. This is why Kryon just loves the Indigos. And see, we have to learn from the little Crystal kids, the Rainbow Week type kids, to actually complete this job, because see, they'll just sit around and die off. And they need us Indigo types to bust through the doors and say, no, let my people go. And then we need them to actually teach us the telepathic stuff, because we don't know how to do it. We just know that we can, but first we have to bust a door down. So with Kryon, he says, Krista, you shouldn't be afraid to talk about something that happened to you. And you should not be afraid to actually say who did it. Because the light is expanding, and we'd like this person to ascend with us in a different way than they are ascending. Even though, ironically, I'm wearing the interesting kind of makeup, similar sort of makeup. Doing my eyes, I'd done my eyes like this for the first time. I don't know how to use makeup, so I had to use my finger. But Arcturians have not big eyes. It's not that we have big eyes. It's just we have big eye sockets. The eyes are like a little bit bigger than like normal human eyes. They look just like normal human eyes. It's not like your gray, big black eye, creepy alien like insect thing. It's like Avatar. Like they look like Avatar, but with this big eye socket that makes it look like a big black type eye or something. So that's what this is. But so he said you should talk about something and really about put your money where your mouth is, huh? Something he says it's a joke amongst reptilians. That's something that I don't understand. So put your money where your mouth is. So I put my money somewhere, and guess what I got in return? This one and the other one has not really been given back to me yet, or wherever the hell I put it, I can't find it. I ordered jewelry, and I ended up getting things in the mail at the same time. This was right after I'd been exposed to whatever was in the vent. It immobilizes you almost, whatever it is. So it's very easy for something to come in and do stuff to you. But I'm so fiery that even with feeling my bones literally breaking, I still held this kind of internal resolve. So I ordered jewelry from. I'm wearing it. Oh, let's advertise it. This is. Well, actually, also this, just so you guys know. These are seeds, and the idea is to keep me from having a child. So they were like eaten into and stuff, and basically, I paid $45 for something that when I realized it and looked at it, I thought, wait a minute, I could have made this myself, and I would have charged half as much for it. What's up with that? Um, Now, the one that I still have that I can still actually show you, the fluorite. Now, this bracelet, if I'm not sure about other people, but this thing in my presence begins to disintegrate, and I'm working with the thing. It's starting to stop doing that, but it is difficult to keep it in contact with me. I mean, I can keep it in contact with me, but it's for an extended period of time. Like if I'm wearing it for some long period of time, eventually I notice, and then I have to take the thing off. At first, it was very drastic. There was another bracelet that I wish I could show you, because then you could see without a doubt something was horribly wrong. And that bracelet, that's the one that I demanded give it back to me, because my mom, I knew, had stolen it, so that I couldn't prove any of this stuff. And I realized it was all about programming the crystals with intention, and whatever involved this and the other one involved blood. You can just tell that by practically by looking at it. I said, oh my god, human blood or something like that. And also the packaging. I don't have the packaging anymore because during the nighttime what would happen is it would fly around and hit me and cause flesh-eating bacteria and things. So I don't have the package anymore that this stuff came in, but it was 3 different orders. And I ended up getting stuff that I didn't actually order as well, and it was rather bizarre looking. Let's see what it was. I ended up ordering a pendant, and you see there's nothing in here. The reason there's nothing in here, this pendant wrapped up wrapped up silver. But there's nothing in here because all that was in this was a white rock. And that's symbolic to Satanists, that when you transform, you're given a white rock with a new name on it. And anyone who knows about wire wrapping, I did some when I was a little younger. And this wrap was done in such a way to contain the energy, or at least I can tell in certain wraps. Now also what was very strange is I end up getting something I know I definitely did not buy. It was what you would call a poppet. And now I've redone the thing to look like this. But a poppet is where you mimic the appearance of... Oh, Kryon says move this fluorite, and I can get to that next. A poppet is something where you take something that looks like, the human body. It can be made out of crystals, it can be made out of whatever, apparently. And then this here, this bead, which I believe is fluorite, or I'm honestly not sure, but this crystal here, which I know is another type of crystal, was the head, and it was all wrapped up with this copper that you can see. And this was not originally connected to it. This is apparently black tourmaline. And what's funny is that I think maybe she was sending me this just in case the probability came out that I actually survived, so that they would have some kind of defense against outright trying to assassinate me like that. So the postcard. Dear Krista, may this jewelry find you well, healthy, and happy. Thank you for supporting my Etsy shop. And that's actually some sort of code ET. And then the SY, I got shown what the SY stood for. It was something satanic that now I can't remember because it's very hard to retain your memory when you're in the middle of the satanic programming. So thank you for supporting my Etsy shop, and once I realized like what it stood for, I was horrified, whatever it stands for. And I look forward to working with you on a custom necklace, because I said I really would like a necklace, but I can't afford the ones that you're charging. I look forward to working with you on a custom necklace with love and light, Sudevi. And see, the packages were marked like they contained blood of weird types. And as soon as I opened it and I came into contact with the fluorite, and then the other gemstone, that one, as soon as I touched it, it was white, all white, but as soon as I touched it, it began to turn almost like a cancer, spreading throughout the thing, turn green in different places, like splotches and blotching. Along the fluorite, also the number of them I noticed was significant. There are 5 of these. 5 is my Enneagram type, like Einstein and all the cool people like that. So there are 5 fluorites, 5, and see, that's mental processes for some of it. Now, this thing did not look this way when I got it, and it changed upon contact with my skin. And also I would literally begin to feel pain, and feeling my body breaking, feeling my bones breaking, feeling my organs liquefying. So I would have to actually take the thing off. And at first I almost threw it out because I ended up throwing out all of the crystals at first. Because I did not understand. I understood at the time that they could be reprogrammed, but what was going on was so severe, and that I understood that I didn't know how to reprogram them yet. So I knew that, okay, whatever this crazy stuff is, I know that throwing them out is not actually going to fix the problem, but I know throwing them out, for now, that's what I should do. Okay, for now, throw them out. And then figure it out later, because darn, those were expensive. Those were expensive. Wish that an amethyst geode too, and the amethyst was a whole poppet to give me thyroid cancer and stuff. So that was purchased from somebody else though. So watch out where you buy your crystals from. Well, for light workers, watch out where you get your crystals. The best way to get your crystals is to literally have no idea what you're doing. That way nobody has any chance to curse the crystals or charge them with energy that you don't want, basically, that is unwanted. So what does she said, and then she sent me an email that said, send me an email in a week and tell me how you feel. And I'd realized, I'd gotten so I'd placed the order, and she sent me an email that said, write me back in a week and tell me how you feel. I got the package exactly 7 days later. And the idea was, oh, she's not dead yet. Okay. She's waiting for that stuff to show up. All right. And also I looked at the addressing, and I thought, I can see when this is postmarked. This was mailed 2 days ago, and it was mailed as an express. What? No way. Is this okay? This is BS. So it also says, Namaste, Krista. May these transformational moldavite pieces bring you much joy and many blessings. Once you figure out that they can be programmed, oh yes. And also, this is really funny for, I'll put it on here, Sudevi, Kryon says, Krista, say it, Sudevi, just go say it, because we'd like the Arcturians to ascend, and we need them to figure out that they can't go cursing other Arcturians, or anybody, so just don't do it. So and also see imagery here. This is the diamond imagery on there, with the peaks here, the reversal. But, like, I look forward to working with you on a custom necklace. When I read that, immediately I saw a flash in my mind of, okay, their plan so far with killing me, and what she's saying is that what I'm sensing with blood and things being used in the production of 2 of these pieces. The other ones were okay. The other the other ones, like whatever I was wearing now, what I'm wearing now seemed to be clean, whatever it was. But 2 of them seemed to involve something seriously dark, like human material, like blood, or tissue. And I suddenly got this message, like, saying, no, whoa, she means, like, after you get sacrificed and everything, and tortured and through it, then you're going to be used, and they're going to do this to another starseed. Are you going to let that happen? And I said, whoa, no, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to let that happen. And whatever happened to Sudevi, so that would happen. It's Manitya Sudevi. And I liked a lot of her stuff because she would actually talk about Arcturian stuff, because Teal was too scared to, because of all the programming that Teal had to endure. And so I don't know how they got Sudevi like that, but basically, sorry and not sorry that it didn't work to kill me. Like people used to say to me when I worked at a call center, I know it's not you, I know it's just you doing your job. Let's just say it that way. So see, in all of this stuff, and also our intuition and the different things that Kryon's got in Book 1 and Book 12, and probably all the other books, are interesting little ways to get around the system, like he did. Like, he's trying to give hints, and he'll say something like it's true, but then be waiting for the starseed to read it, but then see, oh, I see what you're telling me. You're telling me that this is like an attack of drones or something, and you actually mean this, but you had to say it that way to fool them, so that it would be published. Okay, I understand, Kryon. Like, that's kind of what he was hoping for. And those I guess were the potentials that he saw, and he was right, because that's what's happening. Now, speaking of this poppet kind of concept, he told me before the video, because this battery was going to die, to show people this is what a poppet looks like. The idea is, so we got head, body. For me, I put the heart there because I have a heart, and he told me, go get the thing, that you put in the bathroom, and explain to the people what that was and what that is that happened there. And so this would relate to how in bath water, or not bath water, but just tap water, the tap water where I live has, well, as ET101 says, petrochemicals, whatever type of chemicals. We're going to hold on for a minute while we undo chains on this. And so when in contact with the chemicals or consuming them, my body would begin to degrade, or I would begin to have reproductive issues, let's just say, because the main thing is that they were wanting me to not have a child, but now we are all wanting me very much to have a child because I'm just so darn interesting. I mean, you can't not have a thing like me have a child, right? Because for something like that to have so much stuff get thrown at it and actually survive and evolve through it. How could it not? How could we like kill it off? What's the fun in that? And then it's just gonna come back and it's gonna be stronger and give us even more hell. So Kryon told me okay, before you take a bath, I want you to take this, and I want you to. It was just something I'd randomly made with no real intentions or anything. And you see it as there's a little dove on the top, a little dove symbol, an amethyst carved as a heart, and a little, looks like a geode slice. I'm not sure what it is, but some type of quartz. It was like a Yosemite thing, I think. It was from Yosemite. And he said, I want you to hang it over the faucet, where the water will come out. I want you to hang this over the faucet, like so, hung like that. And I thought, whatever, you're the supercomputer thing. You're the angelic supercomputer stuff. I'll do what you say. Then after I was done, I said, well, Kryon, why did you have me do that? Just, can you tell me what that was? And he told me, look at it for a second. Does it remind you of anything? And immediately I thought of the original way this appeared when it came in the mail. I did not order some sort of weird little poppet in the mail, and it still got sent there. Yeah, except I sort of redid the thing, you can see, for now. And I realized, oh, what he did was he was making a protective kind of poppet thing for me and telling me put it over the water. This Kryon definitely, he says people are going to ask you about how do I talk to Kryon, if you can talk to Kryon, and he says he wants to talk about that next. But so, like, we've got a dove at the top, and then the amethyst heart. Amethyst gets associated with the crown chakra a lot because it's, well, purple, but for some reason with the heart, the indigo and purple colors get associated a lot with me. And so then we've got the pretty little geode that's becoming a crystal. See, he just said, did you notice it's becoming a crystal? Look at that. And it's like a little heavenly dove at the top. So he, wants to say to light workers, don't worry, I got your back. I very, very literally, don't worry, I got your back. I know what's going on. I know that those of you who are trying to kill the other ones that didn't get turned, it's what's going on is going on. And it will come to an end. And also he keeps saying, she will have a child whether you guys like it or not, like me. Also, the funny story. So Kryon was giving me this code outside on the balcony, and it was just close to sunset, or it was still light outside, and he was telling me, I want you to breathe in light, and instead of breathing out darkness, like you've been taught, you're going to breathe in light, and you're going to breathe out love. And you're not going to think of love like sex or anything, but you think of love in an unconditional love, like the love that you felt when you died. Because I had a near-death experience once, because I tried to commit suicide once, due to HARP and such. So he told me, you breathe in the light, and also he gave me some interesting numerical codes to associate with it. So you breathe in the light and associate that with 0, the number 0, and then see it kind of transmute and fold upon itself into the number 8, like an infinity symbol, and then see how that spirals out in all kinds of different directions. And see, he said the funniest thing. He said the number 0 is the biggest number. And I thought, oh, okay, wait, because it's everything at the same time. And he said, yeah. I don't understand anything about the numbers, so like he's saying this now, that I'm a good choice for him, because I don't understand anything about this stuff anymore. I used to be very, very good at calculus and such, but because of Lyme disease, I forgot all the information. So I don't know anything about what he's talking about, particularly with the numerology or Hebrew or any of that. But he says the secret's all in the numbers. What else? So, well, what we've got to do is we've got to take the initiative. Like he told me, I'm not going to do it for you, but I definitely am helping you. You can tell that. You wouldn't be alive without my help, right? So I'm definitely helping you, but you have to take the initiative yourself. Go out and get a calculus book. Just do it. Just shut up and do it. And also that's something, if you guys are not believing me, Lee Carroll actually had a channeling recently where he's saying, where Kryon is just vaguely saying stuff about how you've been told about these different things. Now, dear ones, you've got to actually go and learn the information required to understand it. And so that was like the same thing he was telling me. Like, Krista, go get a physics book. You're going to need it. You're going to need this. I can teach this to you. You are smart enough to understand it, and you are a perfect vessel for it because you don't know anything about it yet. So that will prove to people that don't believe it that you have something valid to say. You already have protection because you're a starseed, and you just managed to do some of the coolest stuff ever. Coming from him in a reptilian kind of mindset of but the way they think of all this killing and stuff as a game, and from someone coming from a game type perspective, the way I played the game inside that place was very, very well. The way I managed to somehow stay alive inside of that compound was crazy. Once again, that was located in Concord, California, which appears to be an area that's been hit really bad too, by the different reptilian programming going off in different areas. Remember that these invasions are programs going off in different locations, is what Kryon says. He says he says the way that we had it set up was like, no, he says not we. He says we because he was a reptilian, having to channel as a blue Lyran, having to try to get out of the system. He actually had to trick them into killing him, apparently. And I was very, very upset. And he told me, well, Krista, you say everything, and they killed me because you told them it was me. Did you think I didn't know that they were going to kill me? And I stopped and I thought, well, killing you just makes you stronger. And he said, exactly. And he said they had to get mad enough to do it. So don't cry, don't be upset. You did exactly what I wanted. And also, to finally escape all that torture was kind of nice, apparently, for him. But telling me, you got me killed, which is exactly what I wanted, because that place was a hell, and I finally did what I needed to do, which was managed to evolve to a point where he did not need blood, but he only was able to go about that for about 3 days and then got murdered. So, yeah, it was, we got 3 days. So I get told this stuff, and then 3 days later, he gets murdered, and I actually hear the kind of Kryon. Like, if you've read book one, you understand that his name is not really Kryon. That's actually like an sort of sound. It's a tone. It's a frequency type tone sound, or a tonal sound. And I could actually hear something as I was seeing it there, and he said, "Don't worry, this is what I wanted." And they were trying to attack my thyroid gland or give me thyroid cancer, and I felt like what they wanted to do to me, sacrifice me, to somehow use the energy, sacrificing something very pure, so that you can use the energy to do some spell with it or whatever. Send the energy somewhere, like, and just make it physics. That makes it way easier and way smarter. And I felt it hit me here in kind of in the thyroid area. I felt that energy hit me, and he said, "Well, Chris, I won't be able to protect you the same way now, but I'm going to be way more powerful, and you're going to see." And I started crying hysterically, because I said, "Oh my God, you're dead, you're dead, you're dead." And he said, "But no, I'm not dead. I'm talking to you, obviously, right? It's not the same way. It didn't sound the same, but," he said, I'm talking to you, obviously, aren't I?" And he said, "Don't worry about, the way they used my energy to try and hurt you. It's going to heal. Don't worry." Is what he told me about that too, about getting hit like that in the thyroid gland. And now also, so this had all happened. Then I end up in reptilian prison. I actually try to call up the numbers that you will find, since no one would let me have internet access. So I ended up trying to call the phone numbers that you'll find in these books. And I actually get to an office, and it says, "This is Joe," but I could hear the voice, and I'm like, "It's Lee Carroll. Hello, I listened to your channeling. Hello." And it's saying it's Joe. I'm like, whatever, maybe someone sounds like him. So I call, and leave several messages, explaining I'd like to buy book 13, but I'm not really sure how to, because I'm imprisoned in a reptilian prison because of the Kryon material. So, would you be able to mail it to me, and how do I pay for it? Because every time I ask for my wallet here, they make it very, very hard for me to get it. And they would not, like, respond to me, or if they did, the hospital would have tried to make it look like they didn't. But the thing is, Kryon was telling me at the time, the writer doesn't know as much, or that Lee doesn't know as much, but it was like he didn't, want Lee to get assassinated or something. Like, he was saying that the writer was being complicit with the agenda, so that nobody should get mad at him. He kept telling me, "Tell everybody, do not get mad," and that Lee was doing what he was supposed to be doing, and that it was Kryon who was the one who should get the blame or whatever. So I'm going to create or focus on a topic here with him. That felt good, though. Sue Davy, Sue Davy, Sue Davy. The mirror, mirror on the wall, you're the prettiest of them all. Why do you try to kill people with puppets? No, Sue Davy, no, 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 no. And Kryon says he loves you. Yes, here. And also, Kryon really loves somebody with blue eyes. And he wanted me to make it a joke, like see if I could do it with the phone while recording, to make the reflection make a blue glow out of my eyes, but I couldn't manage to do it. Sorry, Kryon, I tried. But he loves you guys, and we're not done yet. So if I have to stay awake all night to make sure that the messages are heard and that I end up getting out of the house, well then, we might just have to do that. And perhaps just have another episode, God forbid, of Arcturian philosophy. Yes. Blessings to you all.